Come on, Kelly. Everybody thinks they're gonna get a chance to punch some Nazi in the face at Normandy. I used to think I was gonna get a chance to do it. Now I realize I'm gonna be even.
And boom, we're live. Welcome, folks, to the American Movie Podcast. If you've never been here before, do not forget to subscribe to us on iTunes and the YouTube. Today, we're going over Tomb Raider. This is a rendition from the 2002 video game franchise, and Angelina Jolie is not in this. I actually like this character. I liked how she performed as Lara Croft. It's pretty much the nascent stage of Lara Croft, and it sticks very, very close to the video game. And she's the rightful heir to this huge conglomerate of companies and money and everything like that. But she's very independent, so she sticks to her guns and she tries to make her way as an independent woman. So then she comes across. She has to finalize her father's death. He had disappeared a very long time ago. He's certainly dead, and she has to sign the papers that pretty much give everything to her, and she finally gets this small trinket puzzle of some sort, and that's when everything takes flight. So the pacing was good up until she gets to this island. So I don't want to spoil it too much, but the plot is that she found clues about what her father was doing. Like, she just thought he was a businessman, that he was kind of negligent to her or neglected her, and she finds this message. So she has to try and figure out what this actually is. She disobeys her father's orders. He says, just get rid of all this information. It's not needed anymore. If it could fall into the wrong hands, the world will end. So the pacing was good. Some of the dialogue was silly, but this is based off a video game. So she evades death probably 1,000 times. Some of the CGI was a little funky, and it's very much based on a video game because she runs past 3 guns and picks up a bow and arrow, and you're like, okay, lady, I definitely would have picked up the automatic weapon. But the character was good. She portrayed it good. Just the dialogue was funky. So, like, there's just a few moments in time where you're just like, okay, this is really what how they speak and how people would just react to certain circumstances. So it was just okay. It was very entertaining. There's a few action sequences that I walked away from, and I was like, whoa, those were pretty entertaining. But for the most part, it was just an action flick. But as a video game, or a video game rendition, it was actually pretty excellent compared to like Doom or any other video game like that. So I walked away with it entertained, but it was just a little silly. And there was one plot point where it just completely turned everything upside down, and I just didn't like how this actually happened and how it played out that way. So I don't want to spoil it too much, but it was entertaining. That's all I can give you for that. And it was just entertaining, and I didn't really have high expectations with this, so it was just mediocre. It was just a mediocre action flick. I was a big fan of the Angelina Jolie ones just because they were crazy silly, and there was just some crazy action sequences. Her when she's on the pretty much 2 tightropes and she's doing like acrobatic flips inside of her mansion. I was like, this lady's a baller. I don't know, but this one was just okay. It would have been more believable if she wasn't 30 years old and she was 14 years old. Then some stuff would have fell in place and would have seemed more like just cohesive with all the other things that were going on in this. But she definitely, there were some moments in time where I was just like, okay, so she knows exactly how to do this. Like, she knows exactly how to. So she falls out of a plane, okay, and she knows exactly. She grabs onto the parachute and she's about ready to die, and she actually knows how to use this parachute while falling under certain death down this waterfall. And you're just like, oh man, okay, so this is absurd, but it was entertaining. The end credits were an homage to pretty much the video game itself. So I think if you like action flicks, you'll see some good merit inside of this. So check it out if you'd like. If that sounds something appealing to you, do not forget to subscribe and review us on iTunes. That would help greatly. So until next time, thank you so much. This has been Matthew Benjamin with the American Movie Podcast. Until next time, folks. Bye, bye, bye. Bye, 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 bye.
Round one.
Come on. Oh, whoa, hey, come on. Come on, Kelly. Everybody thinks they're gonna get a chance to punch some Nazi in the face at Normandy. I used to think I was gonna get a chance to do it. Now I realize I'm gonna be eating Jell-O. Come on, we're men.